Hi everyone, I'm Rosh Lowe, and I want to introduce all of you to Jany Martínez-Ward, who has an incredible story. You know, I'm very passionate about stories, and I believe that stories are the way we connect. And I connected with Jany, who, by the way, with her husband Greg, runs in the Hispanic market one of the largest personal injury firms. And now it's Jany's opportunity and chance to get her story out to the whole world. So Jany, I want to first ask you, tell me about your story.
Well, I'm Cuban. I came to this country when I was 14 years old. We crossed the border, my mom and I, with a little book bag, and we came to Hialeah, where we started. Over there, I had to learn how to speak English. I went to school, and I eventually made it, and I became a lawyer. And that's what we do now. We help the Hispanic community when somebody has been hurt or somebody has been injured in a car accident. We're here to help them from the beginning until the end.
What I love about your story is that it truly is the American dream. Tell people what happened to you when you were in 10th grade.
Yeah, so that's a very hard story because when I was in 10th grade, I always had a fire in me. I always had a passion to become an attorney. I didn't want people to feel how I felt. I felt worthless because I didn't speak English. I couldn't defend myself. So I always felt stuck, like I was in prison. And I went to my English teacher and I told her my dream, that I wanted to be a lawyer one day and I wanted to go to UF. It was the school where she had gone to become a teacher. And she looked at me and she told me, you will never make it. You do not have a good grammar. You don't speak English. So you never get accepted to UF and you're never gonna be a lawyer. And that really shattered my heart, my dreams, and it almost made me feel that I was never gonna make it.
So what'd you do?
So in that moment, I held on to my faith. I held on to everything I had, every little fire inside of me, and I kept going and I kept fighting. And eventually I got into UF, University of Florida, with a full scholarship, and I was blessed to get in. And then I got to law school and I made it.
This is an incredible story, and I want everybody to understand this. This is somebody who came to this country, who didn't speak a word of English, correct? Who couldn't even get a job at the flea market.
Yep, that's another story to tell.
And now today, at 33 years old, and think about this, is running a firm with her husband that has collected how much for people?
We have collected $150 million.
Let me stop you there. $150 million. So for anybody out there who wants to be an attorney, for any young woman out there who believes that she too can achieve her goals regardless of what people say, I want everybody to look very closely at Jany Martínez-Ward, who we are now, through her story, going to introduce to the English market. How important is that for you?
It is so important because my passion is always to help immigrants, to help others. But now my passion has extended because I partner with my husband, Greg Ward, and he has a vision. Not only we want to help the Hispanic community, but we want to help other people too. We want to help people like him that sometimes they don't feel like they have a voice. They don't know their rights. They don't even know they have a right. And guess what? The insurance company takes advantage of those people and they offer them pennies. And we're here to tell you that you don't have to take those pennies. You have the right to a lawyer that can fight for you, that can tell you about your rights, and that can tell you what you deserve.
And I want people to know about Jany as well, that she has put a lot of work into being able to tell her story and share her story. That's why I'm here. How important is it to share your story?
It is great, Rosh, because for many years I didn't, and it was painful. You have coached me through it. And at the beginning, my first week I was just crying because I had to relive all those painful things. Sometimes you're not ready to process your emotion. You put it in a little bucket inside your heart and you just keep fighting, you just keep going. But it is important to find that healing. And I felt that I found healing through speaking about my weaknesses, that I no longer have to hide them, that I can talk through it, and that actually people can relate to that.
So this is really the introduction of Jany Martínez-Ward, who I can say probably in the Hispanic market is the #1 personal injury attorney, but now we're going to get you out to the entire market. Her story is one of overcoming obstacles and fighting for people, and you bring that into your work every day. We're going to close with this. You see the totality of a client. Explain that.
Well, we see everything. When we say we get a client, we're not only getting that person, we're getting a family. And we are not only dealing with the physical symptoms, the pain in the neck, the pain in the back, but we are dealing with the emotional symptoms. We're dealing with a family that's destroyed. We're dealing with a husband that cannot pick their son or daughter because they're in pain. So we coach them through it, the emotional part and the injuries. And with that, that's what we bring to the table. We bring husband and wife, family, to that family, and we feel that we heal them as a whole. It's not just about money, it's not just about injury. We bring our essence into their home as well.
And also, Jany and Greg both have had to overcome many obstacles in their lives to get to where they are today. And one of the reasons that I enjoy working with them so much is that they bring this spirit into the work they do. Essentially, they never forgot where they came from. They never forgot what got them here, and I will close with this. They are people of deep faith, which is critical today. We live in a world with so much chaos that we need to hold on to something. Tell me about how your faith comes into your work as well.
Well, I believe that faith is the key, because I had to build that faith little by little through all the pain, through all the stories that I went through, to everything that we have shared. That faith, that muscle had to grow little by little, and that is the key to my success. If I wouldn't have gone through all that pain, maybe I couldn't fight back right now. Maybe I would just stand still. But faith is so important, because even when you don't believe in yourself, even when you think that you cannot do it, faith is what gets you through. So it is so important to continue, especially nowadays that everybody has dealing with so much anxiety, with so much stress, to continue to grow your faith in God, but also in yourself.
If you want somebody to fight for you, and you're out there, and you want somebody to really battle for you, look closely at Jany Martínez-Ward. And the reason I say this is because she's had a battle her whole life. You see her sitting here today, but that's only part of the picture. The real Jany Martínez-Ward is the child whose father left at 1, who's the immigrant who came to this country who didn't speak English, is the person who couldn't even get a job at a flea market, is the person who in 10th grade they said, you'll never become anything, and look at her today. And she's going to bring that fight to you. Thank you, Jany.
Thank you.